don't know what got into me this week, but I accidentally made 2 episodes that were like 20 minutes long each, so I'm sorry to anyone who had to watch that much of me. But there is one story that I did not want to miss. And I don't want it to feel tacked on because honestly it might be important than my 2 20-minute long episodes. And if you're subscribed to this channel, you probably already know about it. And this is the story of Kate Cox. Kate Cox lives in Texas, and she found out her baby had this genetic disorder called trisomy 18, which means the baby would most likely, almost 99% die within a couple weeks. Not only that, it could cause complications that would not allow her to get pregnant in the future, which she very much wants to do. Now, Texas being run by very level-headed, non-reactionary, non-engaged in culture war politicians, when Kate presented this issue to the courts, they're like, yeah, this is exactly what exceptions are for. Go ahead, discuss with your doctor. We won't interfere. We're the state. Discuss with your doctor and then have the procedure you deem fit. But of course that didn't happen because it's Texas. So Kate's husband took her to a state that still respects a woman's autonomy over her own body, respects this guy not getting all up inside there, deciding what's best for her. And she had the procedure that saved her life and is now going to allow her to try and have kids again. End of story, right? Texas has no say what you do in another state. Wrong again. This criminal right here, Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas. You know, when chuds are always like, Nancy Pelosi, illegal trading. Well, this chud got caught. He literally got caught what they're doing crying about. And they couldn't impeach him out of the office because his own wife, who benefited directly from the millions he made off illegal trading, she was one of the senators who got to decide his fate. This criminal right here wants to be in charge of Kate Cox, private citizen of the United States. He wants to be in charge of her vagina. He wants to prosecute her husband for giving her a ride. He wants to prosecute anyone who provided, communication. He probably wants to prosecute the maker of the car they drove into the other state. That's how out of control this is getting. Look, I've talked on this channel before about my aunt-in-law and her vote for Donald Trump. And when I called her on it at the time, how she was the victim, she's a victim of political persecution. I can vote for whoever I want. And then her utter shock and disbelief when the Supreme Court overturned Roe. And her continued disgust when Alabama and Mississippi made 13-year-old girls, 14-year-olds give forced birth. And I'm sure her utter disgust and bewilderment about how this could happen when women have to physically leave the state they're in just to get health care. And anyone out there ignorant enough to not know that this was going to happen the first time, you literally have no excuse and no sympathy from me this time around. And to compound how pathetic this party is, how they've completely surrendered to a religious right, let's look at profiles and courage of Ted Cruz, right? The senator, the esteemed senator from Texas. Let's see what he has to say about it. He'll probably say, go watch my podcast, because that's the only time he'll talk to anyone anymore, is on his stupid podcast. But let's see what he had to say about this.
Senator, are you supportive of the Texas Supreme Court's ruling in the Kate Cox case that prevented her from getting an abortion after she learned her fetus was not viable?
Just call her press office.
I actually have for 2 days now, and I still haven't received an answer.
Thank you.
There you go. Profiles in courage. Teddy grew a beard over the summer to look more like a man. Maybe to hide out from Donald Trump, making fun of him and his wife, his dad. But what he should have been growing were some balls. If you like content like this, hit that subscribe button. The Chud Report.
Senator, are you supportive of the Texas Supreme Court's ruling in the Kate Cox case that prevented her from getting an abortion after she learned her fetus was not viable?
Just call her press office.
I actually have for 2 days now, and I still haven't received an answer.
Thank you.